Let's do some question on that. Do some question on so open August 2022, question 5B. A survey of 850 residents, so our N is 850, of 850 residents of a certain town aimed at finding out the brand of vehicle owned, produced, and they produce the following results. So we have 316, we have 160, we have 360, we have 120, we have 56, we have 80, we have 240. 316 resident owned Nissan. So here we have Nissan. Then 160 owned Honda. There is Honda. Then we have Toyota. So we are told that 316 owned Nissan vehicle. Now for those who owned Nissan, we have A, B, C, D. So A plus B plus C plus D. 160 owned Honda. So 160 owned Honda. B, C, F, and G. 360 owned Toyota. So those who own Toyota, we have C, D, E, and F. 120 owned both Nissan and Toyota. And we say that and means common. Then all means all. So you're told that 120 owned both Nissan and Toyota. Nissan and Toyota. The turning point is always C. So that is C and D. Then 56 owned both Nissan and Honda. Nissan and Honda. So the turning point is always C. So that means it's B and C. Nissan and Honda. So we have B and C. Then 8 residents owned both Honda and Toyota. Honda and Toyota. That's C and F. And then 240 resident did not own any of the 3 brand of vehicle. Did not own any of the 3. and that's H. So 240, that's our H. Required. So present the above information in a Venn. So first of all, we need to crack the numbers. H is 240. Then what do we have? Now we have CD. CD is 120. CD is 120. Now if CD is 120, that means A and B will be, give me A and B. So we're saying that if ABCD is 316 and we have CD which is 120, that means A and B will be 196. We have CD. So that means we can be able to get E and F. E and F. Now, if CD is 120, so that means how much will be E and F? You take the 360 minus 120, you get 240. We have BC. Now with BC, we can be able to get A and D. So A and D, you take 316, you minus BC, BC is 56. You get to 260, 260. We have BC, that means we can be able to get F and G. So we need to get F and G. So you take 160, then you minus 56. You get an amount of 104. So still we have not yet cracked, but we know A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G plus H, you should get 850. We already have H. H is 240. We also have CDEF. CDEF we have is 360. Then we have AB. AB is 196. So that means we can be able to get G. So give me G. Sorry? G is 54. Now, if we have G, if G is 54, FG is 104. So 104 minus 54. So that means F is 50. If F is 50, EF is 240. And F is 50. So how much is A? E is 190. If we have E, so what else do we need? So AD, we have EF. AB, we have FG. What else do we have? Yeah, we can use this. CD is 120. E is 190. We already even have F, but one cannot help us. We have, no, CD, no, BC. We have CF, right? CF is 80. F is 50. So that means C will be? Yeah, C will be 30. If C is 30, CD is 120. C is 30. That means D will be? D will be 90. So you're remaining with A and B. So A and B. So A and B. So which one do you use? BC is 56. Where C is 30. So that means B will be 26. B will be 26. So now we need A. AB is 196. B is 26. How much is A? 170, yeah? 170. Now, to make sure that you are correct, now can you add the total? Add the total. Total you're getting is 850. Good. So A is 170, B is 26, C is 30, D is 190, F is 50, G is 54, and H is 240. Required. Present the above information in a Venn diagram. So you're done, you get your 5 marks. Number 2, the number of residents who owned all the 3 brands. Number 2, that's C. They were that resident. And then number 3, the number of residents who own just one of the 3 brands, just one. If it's Nissan, Nissan. If it's Honda, it's Honda. If it's Toyota, it's Toyota. So that will be A, G, as well as E. A, we have it 170. G, Honda only, that's 54. E, Toyota only, 190. What do you get? 440. We have is 440. Good. May 2019, question 1. A medium-size commercial bank has a clientele of 200 active customers. So N is 200. Let's do that. A medium-sized commercial bank has a clientele of 200 active customers. Now, can you underline active? Underline active. Yeah, that means for someone to be active, they must be having an account. The bank operates 3 different types of accounts, namely current account, savings account, and fixed deposit account. So there is current account, there is savings account, and then there is fixed deposit account. So there is something I want you to underline, to understand. We read the question again. A medium-sized commercial bank has a clientele of 200 active customers. So all the customers are active. The bank operates 3 different types of accounts. So if this bank has only 3 types of accounts, current, saving, and fixed, and the 200, we are told that they are active customers. That means every customer must be having an account. If every customer must be having an account, therefore H is equals to 0. If you're not able to interpret that, you won't be able to crack the numbers. Information obtained from the bank indicates that. So we have 84, we have 109, we have 106, we have 45, 36, and then we have 43. 84 customer operates savings account. Those who operate savings account. So we have B, C, F, and G. 109 customer operate current account. Now, those who operate the current account, we have A, B, C, and D. 106 customer operate fixed deposit account. Now, for those who operate the fixed deposit account, we have C, D, E, F. 45 customer operate both savings and current. And means common. So savings and current. Savings and current. The turning point always is C. So it's B and C. We have B and C. That 6 customer operate both savings and fixed. Savings and fixed. That is C and F. And then 43 customer operate both fixed deposit and current. Fixed and current. So fixed and current, that's C and D. I think we have all the information required. So now we crack the numbers. So we don't have any specific number here, but we can crack. BC is 45. BC is 45. If BC is 45, that means you can get F and G. So F and G is equals to, you take 84 minus 45. That's it? That's 9. BC is 45. BC is 45. So therefore, you can be able to get A and D. So to get A and D, you take 109 minus 45. Get 64. Here we have CD. CD, that means we can be able to get A and B. So therefore, to get A and B, you take 109, you minus CD, which is 43. So how much is AB? 66. CD. So that means we can be able to get E and F. So you take 106 minus 43, you get? We have 63. Also, you can use the CF. Yeah, CF is 36. CF is 36. So if CF is 36, that means you can be able to get B and G. So that means BG is equals to 48. So yet we have not yet be able to crack any numbers. So, but we know that if you take A plus B plus C plus D plus E, F, G, and H, you should get a total of 200. H is 0. C, D, E, F. C, D, E, F is 106. We also have AB. AB is 66. That means we can be able to get G. And once we crack one number, that's all. 88, 28. So G is 28. If G is 28, BG is 48. G is 28. That means B is 20. AB is 66. B is 20. That means A will be? A is 46. Then we have, so what else do we have? So we need C, D, E, F. So BG, that one is done. EF, that one not yet. AB, we have AB. AD, correct. AD is 64. A is 46. That means D will be 18. D is 18. If D is 18, CD is 43. And D is 18. So C will be? Yeah, C will be 25. So you're remaining with E and F. CF is 36. C is 25. That means F will be? F is 11. Now we are remaining with E. EF is 63. F is 11. So that means E is 50? 52. Now, can you add the total? Will it give you 200? Get 200. Good. So that means A is 46. B is 20. C is 25. D is 18. E is 52. F is 11. G 28. This one is 0. Required. Present the above information in a Venn diagram. So we're done with that. Number 2. The probability that a customer selected at random operate all the 3 type of account. All the 3. So all the 3, that's our C. C is 25. But in this case, we don't want the number. We want the probability. So what's the probability? So take 25 over the total number of customer, 200. You get 0.125. Lastly, number 3. The probability that a customer selected at random operate only 2 type of the account. Only 2 types of account. Only 2. We have B. Now C is not there because C operate 3, not unless they say at least 2. If they say at least 2, that's when it include C. So it's B, D, and F. So B we have is 20. D we have is 18. F we have is 11. That's 49, right? 49. Do you want the number of probability? We want probability. So you divide by 200. What do you get? 0.245. Still do another illustration before you copy. Mhm. Let's see for 2021. So for December 2021, okay, let me see. So now between September and let's do December 2021. December 2021. It actually says theory does not miss, so you better understand it now. December 2021. The question, yeah, question 6. Question 6. So kindly make sure in an exam room, don't draw using the freehand. You carry a 20 bob coin. It's good to have a nice presentation. So now let's start with 6A. Now 6A, you are told that state for application of matrices in business, application of matrices. So we did matrices just the other day. Number one, we see that is used in CVP analysis, demand and supply analysis, Markov analysis, input-output analysis. Then you can even go to the application of matrices. I mean, application of Markov analysis. Transition from one to another. We see that it's used in academic institution to study the transition of students, used in financial accounting to study the movement of bad deductive debts, human resource management to determine the rate of labor turnover. You also say that they are used in financial market also to forecast the prices of the assets, etc. And you get your 4 marks, haraka, only if you remember. Number B, a global conference on the blue economy was recently held in Kenya and was attended by 8 delegates from America, Europe, and Africa. So N, 280 from America, Europe, Africa. The following information will get to the delegates who attended the conference. So we have 70, we have 96, 128, 20, 25, 22, and 26. 70 delegates represented Europe. Now, those who represented Europe, we have it's B, C, F, G. 96 delegates represented Africa. Now, those who presented Africa, we have C, D, E, F. 128 delegates represented America. Those who presented America, we have A, B, C, D. 20 delegates represented all the 3 continents. Who is that? All the 3 continents. That is C. Then 25 represented America and Africa. AA. America and Africa. Who and who? Sorry? D and? Good. Not D and C. It's C and D. Yeah, that's very important. Unaona hapa siandiki F and C, it's C and F, because that one will help you when it comes to cracking. Yeah. Then 22 delegates represented America and Europe. America and Europe. Who and who? B and C. Then 26 delegates represented Europe and Africa. Europe and Africa. Who and who? We have C and F. Good. So now let's crack the numbers. We have C. C is 20. With C, CD is 25. C is 20. That means D is 5. BC is 22. And C is 20. That means B is 2. CF is 26. C is 20. F is 6. CD is 25. CD is 25. Then we have F. F is 6. That means we can be able to get E. We'll take 96 minus 25 minus 6. How much is our E? Sorry? 61. 65. Then we need A. So we have CD, that one we are done. We have CD. CD is 25. We have B. B is 2. Can you be able to get A? So how much will be A? Okay. You get? 1, 1. So A is 1, 1. So we know we need G. B is 2. C is 20. F is 6. How much is G? G is? G is 42. We need now H. H is very simple to get H. We have all the other numbers, and we know that total delegates was what to 8 H. Who came and invited? How many? That's 9. Good. So A is 101, B is 2, C is 20, D is 5, E is 65, F is 6, G is 42, and H is 39. And currently, what I present here, that's what you need to present in your exam. When I gave out the card, I saw that others are drawing, they just crack, they just read A, B without showing the numbers. You need to show these numbers inside. Why? Because it's not a must that if you draw this, you start with A, B, C. No, even you can start this one as A, B, C, D, blah, blah, blah. Provided regardless of other variable. Whether this is A, whether it's F, should always be 65. Whether this was D, whether it was H, should be 1, 1. That way I have to show those numbers inside. Good. Required. To present the above information in a Venn diagram, get your 4 marks. Number 2, the number of delegates who represented at least 2 continents, at least 2. At least 2 we have B, C, D, and F. So B we have is 2, C we have is 20, and D we have is 5, and F we have 6. So that's what you get. You get that? That 3. That 3. Then number 3, the number of delegates who represented only one continent, only one. If it's America, it's America. Europe, Europe. Africa, Africa. That is, we have A, we have G, and we have E. So A is 101. G we have is 42. E we have is 65. You get a total. Then lastly, number 4, the number of delegates who represented none of the 3 continents. Who is that? 8, of which there were 9. Good. So now you can copy. And then just a free advice. Don't waste time on devising what you understand. For the time you have, now you don't go and devise. Kama umeelewa says theory. You know, students, they always like reading, Kenya kina attract macho yao. Kitu unasoma unaelewa. That's a waste of time. If you understand set theory, don't go and devise set theory. Even possible, for now, you are not supposed even to copy kama umeelewa. But for evidence purposes that you attended the class, you can copy. But don't go and try to revise. The time you need to revise, yenye unajua haukuelewa kabisa. Ama yenye nakutatiza. Lakini what you understand to perfection, don't waste time revising because you will not be adding any value. So you can copy. Let's do some question on matrices. So 3B, you are told that the banking industry in a given country is controlled by 3 banks: Faida Bank, Akiba Bank, and Ahadi Bank. So there are 3: Faida, Akiba, and Ahadi. Faida, we have Akiba and Ahadi. This one can be A, B, C, or X, Y, Z. Then you're told that as at that 1st of December 2020, Faida Bank controlled 30% of the market share, Akiba controlled 50% of the market share, and Ahadi Bank controlled 20% of the market share. So they are controlling 30%, so it's 0.3, 0.5, and 0.2. A survey was conducted on the market share of the 3 banks as at that 1st December 2021 and revealed the following. So we need to come up with what we call the transition matrix. How do you come up with the transition matrix? You are moving from one state to another state. Here we have A, B, C, A, B, C. You need to come up with the transition matrix. Faida Bank, now Faida is A. So we are moving from A, now it's with the transition. Remember, you see that under matrices, under Markov analysis, a row shows retention and losses too, where column shows retentions and gains from. Also, you say that under Markov analysis, another characteristic is that the summation of row elements should always give you 1. So you're told that number 1, Faida Bank Limited had retained 80%. So Faida to Faida, we retained 80% of its share and lost 15% and 5%. 0.15 and 0.5 to Faida Bank and Ahadi Bank, to Akiba Bank and Ahadi Bank, respectively. Number 2, Akiba Bank, now Akiba is our B, so now we are moving from B. Akiba Bank had lost 10% and 20% of its market share to Faida and Ahadi. 10 and 20 to Faida and Ahadi. So Akiba, how much did we retain? 0.7 or 70%. 3, Ahadi Bank, now Ahadi is our C. Ahadi Bank had lost 5% of market share to Faida, so it's 0.05 to Faida, and 5% to Akiba, and also 5% to Akiba. So how much did they retain? 0.9, 90%. There were no significant changes in the banking habit of the customer during the year ended that 1st of December 2021. Required. Determine the transition matrix from the above information. Number 2, determine the market share of the 3 banks as at that 1st of December 2021. Now, to get for 2021, you'll take 2020 times transition matrix, and that's how you get for 2021. Now, you have been given the market share, that is as 2020. So 2020, it's 0.3, 0.5, 0.2. You multiply by the transition matrix. Transition matrix does not change. So it's 0.8, 0.15, 0.05, 0.1, 0.7, 0.2, 0.05, 0.05, and 0.9. And that's how we get for 2021. You just do the first one and the second one. First row, first column, first row, second column. I'll do the third one. Zero point 0.3. 0.0 405, 405. So that means to get the last one, just take 1 minus the 2. Get 0.29295. Yeah, so this is A, B, C. So faida, akiba, and ahadi. So this one will be controlling 30% of the market, 40.5% of the market, and 29.5% of the market. Then number C, the steady state market share of the 3 banks, 7 marks, the steady state. See that steady state is also known as long run state or equilibrium state. And you see that these are states whereby the current state and the future state are the same. Yeah, that means the transition matrix has no effect on the current state. Yeah, therefore, if you take the current state A, B, and C, you multiply by the transition matrix, you go to the future state, which will be the same as the current state, A, B, and C. Now, we have A, we have B. So how do we get C? So if you get A and you get B, to get C is very easy. So how do we get C? 1 minus A minus B. Then you multiply by the transition matrix. The current state would be equal to the future state. A, B, 1 minus A minus B. So A, B, 1 minus A minus B. You multiply by the transition matrix. Now, transition matrix does not change. It's always constant. So you have it 0.8, 0.1, 0.05, 0.15, 0.7, and 0.05, 0.05, 0.2, 0.9 is equals to the current state will be equal to the future state. A, B, 1 minus A minus B. So if you take first row, first column, you'll get A. First row, second column, you'll get B. So now let's do that. Start with first row, first column to get A. So it will be A times 0.8 to get 0.8A plus B times 0.1, you get 0.1B plus 1 minus A minus B multiplied by 0.05. So it will be 0.05 minus 0.05A minus 0.05B. And if you take first row, first column, you'll get A. So you bring the right term together. 0.8A minus 0.05A minus 1A. What do you get? Negative 0.25 A. 0.1B minus 0.05B, you get 0.05B is equals to, this one has no partner, you take it to the other side, will be negative 0.05, and call it equation number 1. Now we do the same. First row, second column to get B. First row, second column to get B. So it will be A times 0.15, 0.15A. B times 0.7, you get 0.7B plus 1 minus A minus B, you multiply by 0.5. It will be 0.05 minus 0.05A minus 0.05B. You take first row, first column, you get B. Bring the right term together. 0.15A minus 0.05A, you get 0.1A. 0.7B minus 0.05B, you get 0.65B minus 1B, you get negative 0.35B is equals to, take this, you take it to the other side, negative 0.05. You call it equation 2. So now using equation 1 and equation 2. From there we solve simultaneously. So this is negative 0.25A plus 0.05B is equals to negative 0.05. Equation 2, it's 0.1A minus 0.35B is equals to negative 0.05. You can eliminate either A or B. So let's eliminate A. To eliminate A, you multiply by 1 or times 10. And multiply by 10. What about the second one? If I multiply the first one by 10, the second one will multiply by? Hey, I thought that's why I have asked that question. You see, when I'm doing it's very simple. So what will I multiply with the second equation if I multiply the first one by 10? Wacha tutoe hii. How do you solve simultaneously? Now tell me the process. Let's assume we want to eliminate A. You multiply by? Sorry? 0.1. The second one you multiply by? 0. Iko sawa. So it will be a negative 0.258 times 0.1. Get negative 0.025A plus 0.005B, right? Is equals to negative 0.005. That's 10%. The second one, you take all the elements, you multiply by 0.25. So it will be 0.25A minus 0.35 times 0.25. Get 0. Sorry? 875B is equals to negative 0.0125, right? That, or there's another 0. Okay, there it is. Then do we add, do we minus? You add. Good. The objective is to eliminate A. So if you take negative 0.025A plus 0.025A, that one disappears. 0.05B, you add negative 0.0875B. Sorry? 825B is equals to You take negative 0.005 plus negative 0.0125. You get negative 0.0175, 75. Now give me B. You just take this, you divide by this. What do you get? Give me two. 0.21. Now, if B is 0.21, now can you substitute either equation 1 or equation 2 and give me A? B is 0.21. Now substitute. Can you substitute equation 2? This one is the easiest. Substitute equation 2 and give me A if B is 0.21. Zero point 235. Wengine wanapata ngapi? Are you getting the same? Give me C then. Now we have B, we have A. Now to get C, it's 1 minus A minus B. So get 0.5. Okay. 554. Yeah, so that means in long run, we have faida, we have akiba, then we have ahadi. This was A, this was B, this was C. A will be controlling 23.5% of the market, B 21% of the market, and C 55.4% of the market in long run. So you can copy. 17. Question 1D. So the Barid Limited has a computerized customer billing system. Customers' accounts are classified as being paid, delinquent, or bad debt. The company has a total of 1.5 million customers' account. The computer program was developed to display transition of the account among the three categories. The output from the program is summarized below. So you have the transition matrix. You have those are deemed paid, delinquent, or bad debt, paid, delinquent, or bad debt. So here you had 285, 15, 0. Now you have 20, 700, 300, 0, 0, 450. Now let's get the total of paid. 285 plus 15, you get 300. This was that, yeah. This was 750, and this 450. How much is the total? 1,500. And that's what we are told, that we have 1.5 million customer accounts. Now let's convert this one into ratio. We want to determine the ratio. 300 over 1.5. 0.2. Therefore, this one will be 0.3, and that is 1. So you want to convert this one into transition matrix. So these values, you need to convert it into what you call the empirical probabilities. How do we get that? You divide by the total. So for paid, the total was 300. You divide by 300. You divide by 300. Divide by 750, 750, 750. Divide by 450, 450, 450. 285 over 300, you get 0.95. 15 over 300, 0.05. This one is 0. 20 over 750, 0.3, yeah? 0.03, 0.9. Sorry? 93. Therefore, this one will be 0.04. 001. Now that's what we call now the transition matrix. The above transition took place between that 1st of December 2015 and that 1st of December 2016. Required. The percentage of customer who will be in each of the three categories of accounts as at that 1st of December 2017. That 1st December 2017. Now, for you to get for 2017, now the statement before the required were to that. The above transition took place between that 1st of December 2015 and that 1st of December 2016. So that means this was for 2015, this was before. So you'll take for 2015 times transition matrix so that you get for 2016 first. And then you take for 2016 times transition matrix so that you get for 2017. At 2015, this was the ratio: 0.2, 0.5, 0.3. Transition matrix does not change. 0.95, 0.050, 0.03, 0.93, 0.04, 0, 0, and 1. What do you get? Yes? 205, 0.475. Now write the last one. You take 1 minus the 2. 0.32. Then you take for, now this is for 2016, then you take for 2016 now times transition matrix, so that now you get for 2017. So 2016, we had it's 0.205, 0.475, 0.32. Then you multiply by the transition matrix, so 0.95, 0.05, and 0, 0.03, 0.93, 0.04, 0, 0, 1. Now give me that. Four, 5, 2. So last three, what do you get? 3? 9, 1. 3, 3, 9. Good. So can copy. So take out your handout. Handout page 2, question 4. The manufacturer of term soft drink has been facing stiff competition in its main brand, Tamukora soda. The management is considering an extensive advertisement and rebranding campaign. If the current branding remains, the transition matrix of consumer between Tamukora and other brands will be as follows. So you have the transition matrix. Now that is before advertising. After advertising and rebranding campaign, the transition matrix is expected to change as follows. So then you're given the transition matrix after advertisement. The advertisement and rebranding campaign is expected to cost 20 million each year. So that's the advertisement cost. And there are 40 million consumers of soft drinks in the market. And for each consumer, the average profitability is 5 shillings annually. So that's the average profitability per annum. Required. A, the equilibrium state proportion of Tamukora before advertising campaign, 5 marks. The equilibrium state proportion before advertisement. So now before advertisement, now to get the equilibrium state, you see that equilibrium is the same as the steady state or long run state. This is where the current state will be equal to the future state. Now here we have Tamukora and others. Tamukora and others times transition matrix. The current state will be equal to the future state. Tamukora and others. We just need to get one. If you get the proportion of Tamukora, we'll be able to get the proportion of others. So therefore, if you have Tamukora, to get others, you take 1 minus the 1 for Tamukora times transition matrix, and the current state will be equal to the future state. So Tamukora proportion, 1 minus Tamukora to get others. Now we have the transition matrix before advertisement. Now before advertisement, we had was 0.85, 0.15, 0.25, 0.75. And the current state times transition matrix will go to the future state, which is the same as the current state. 1 minus t. So it will be first row, first column, you get t. So first row, first column. So it's t times 0.85. So you get 0.85 t plus 1 minus t times 0.25 will be 0.25 minus 0.25 t and is equals to t. We bring the right term together. 0.85 t minus 0.25, you get 0.6 t minus, so 0.6 minus 1, you get negative 0.14 is equals to, then you take this to the other side, it will be negative 0.25. Now give me t. Take 0.25 divided by 4. 0.625, right? So that means other, it's 1 minus, it will be 0.375. So this is equivalent to 62.5%, and therefore others will be controlling that 7.5%. Number 2, the equilibrium state proportion of Tamukora soda after advertising campaign. So after advertisement and branding campaign. After advertisement, T, 1 minus T. Now, the only thing that's changing is transition matrix. Now, we are given that after advertising and rebranding campaign, the transition matrix is expected to change as follows. So you have the transition matrix after advertising. So 0.9, 0.1, 0.3, 0.7, and the current state would be equal to the future state, T1 minus T. First row, first column, you get T. So it'll be T times 0.9, you get 0.9 T plus 0.3 minus 0.3 T. First row, first column, you get T. Bring the right term together. 0.9 T minus 0.3 T, you get 0.6 T minus 1 T. 0.6 minus 1, you get negative 0.4 T. This 0.3, you take it to the other side, it will be negative 0.3. So therefore, T, 3 over 4, it's 0.75. Therefore, others should be 0.25. So that means after advertising campaign, all the other factors remaining constant. That's what we call equilibrium. Some will be controlling 75% of the market, and the competitor will be controlling 25. Number C. The expected annual profit increase or decrease after advertising campaign. Profit increase or decrease. So we determine the profit. Now, before advertisement, and then after advertisement. Now, before advertisement, remember we're evaluating our brand. That's Tamcora. Now, before advertisement, Tamcora, they were controlling 62.25% of the market. But after advertisement, we'll be controlling 75% of the market. Now you ask yourself, our market has a population of how many customers? So you're told that the last paragraph. The advertising and rebranding campaign is expected to cost 20 million each year. There are 40 million consumers of soft drink in the market, and for each customer, the average profitability is 5. So we have 40 million customers. So before advertisement, we are taking 62.5 of 40 million. Then after advertisement, now we'll be taking 75% of 40 million. So that first of all, you get the population. Once you get the population, now each customer, the average profitability per annum is 5 shillings. So we multiply by 5 shillings. What do you get? So here you take 62% of 40 million, you get the number of customers. Then each customer contributes a profit of 5 annually. So what do you get? 125 after advertisement. 150. But for you to advertise, you're incurring some cost. How much is the cost of advertisement? You're incurring 20. So how much will be your profit? 130. So that means before the advertisement is 125, after advertisement is 130. But the question was the expected annual profit increase. So we need the profit increase. So you'll take 130 minus 125. If we advertise, profit will increase by 5 million. So you can copy. So I think time is up. But open this question. I give you just an overview, right? April 2022. From 4A. XYZ Limited produces three products, namely A, B, and C. We have product A, B, and C. The company present the profit per unit of the product it produces and sells as follows. So we have 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000 for product A, B, C respectively during the month of January. So we have January. So here we have three products. Then we have the period. Product A, B, and C, January, February, and March. So you're told that the profit is 2, 3,000, and 4,000 for product A, B, and C respectively during the month of January 2022. 794 for product A, B, C during the month of February. February 794. That's for the month of February. 142 for product A, B, C during the month of March. During the month of March is 1, 4, and 2 for product A, B, and C respectively during the month of March. The total profit for the month of January, February, and March. You see, now that's the total for January, February, and March. So that means the total will be here. If you're told that the total for A, B, and C, that's when the total will be here. So you're told that the total profit for the month of January, February, and March was 17 million. 45 million and 16 million respectively. Yeah. Now the question is, the total number of each product produced and sold using matrix. If each unit of A in January was the profit was 2, B 3, and C is 4, and the total profit for the month was 17 million, how many units did we sold to get that profit? Now this is what you do. You will take the profit per unit times the number of units, and that will get the total profit. This is the total profit. So therefore, you take the profit, which is this, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 4, 1, 4, 2. You multiply by the product, the number of units of A, B, and C. So that now you get the total. You multiply, it will give you 17, 45, and 16. Then we have to use the matrix algebra. You know how to use the matrix algebra. So to get A, B, and C, you divide both sides by this matrix. So to divide that means you do what? You get the inverse. So therefore, to get A, B, and C, you'll get the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix. Remember how to get minor, adjoint, cofactor, all that. So 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 4, 1, 4, 2. You get the inverse, or you divide, and then 17, 45, and 16. Yeah. So you know how to get the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix. You multiply by that, you get for A, B, and C. Good. Now that marks the end